Good morning. Alright, so Friday we closed a little weak. Closed around that 74.85 area. And then Sunday we opened, let me turn on the evening session. We opened with a gap up from Friday's close. And then it was really strong at the open on Sunday. I was watching it, and then we were one time framing it up for a long time. Then we started consolidating up here, accepting prices higher and putting a lot of volume up here, leaving a P-shaped profile and a bullish imbalance towards that 7600 area. Then we had the short holiday session, which we just were in a tight range up here. Then there were some news after the close that there were some airstrikes in Iran, and then we had pretty much the opposite action. Came down, tested the previous all-time high, and then have a B-shaped profile. So we have a P-shape and a V-shaped profile. So this is just consolidating. We have the point of control right at that previous all-time high. So what we want to see now when the market opens is, first of all, how we open, right? If we have a strong, let's say, open auction, open drive auction to the upside, then chances are we're gonna retest this overnight high and the high from yesterday, and the opposite. If we have the open and then we see sellers right away, then probably gonna close that gap pretty quickly to to Friday's high. And then we have to see if we can accept inside the range of Friday, right, the previous week's range, or if we just test inside and then come back outside of the range, reject this area, and then we keep grinding higher like we've been doing for the past week. But if we accept inside Friday's value, then which is below that low from Sunday open, if we accept below it, then we're likely gonna retest that point of control, which is at 75.08, and then see if we can complete that value area sweep into value area low. But then we have to watch this low right here, because so far we were one time framing up since this session on the 19th, right? So we haven't taken any previous sessions low since then. So that Friday low is pretty important. Look, the weekly pivot moved up here at 74.54 to 74.57. So this is around that low volume node and the top of this distribution where we have that the previous balance, the previous acceptance, right? If you look at a larger range, we had this area where we accepted. So in the case that we get below this weekly pivot, then we're probably gonna hit that 74.20, and then we have that previous week's range. The low is down all the way down here at 73.54. But so far, bulls have been in control for a while. So we want to just see which way this market wants to go today. We do have some news at 9 a.m. Oh, we got already the news at 9 a.m. But now we have some consumer confidence at 10 a.m. I think that's important because I was reading yesterday that we have a big spread between the indices and then consumer confidence like we haven't seen before. So I think that's an important number to watch for now. We have Dallas Fed manufacturing index at 10:30. We have some auctions later on, and then on Thursday we have some GDP numbers, jobless numbers, PCE numbers, a bunch of numbers on Thursday. So I think Thursday is gonna be key also for this week. NQ during the overnight session almost got to the 30,000. It got to 29,995 and it left a pretty weak high. So I think that we're gonna hit that 30,000 finally. NQ, if you look at it, it bounced there at the previous week's high and now it's getting back inside that distribution from Monday, from the short holiday session. So I think there's a high chance that we hit 30,000 today, or we can trap all these buyers that are thinking that and then coming back lower and then hit that tomorrow or so. Crude on that news the other day, it came down, then it came back up. Now it's below that 20-day point of control. It's below the support area. So I think now, as this is trading in this previous distribution, 90 is where the 90-day point of control is, and that's going to be the short-term magnet. And then if we get back above 96, then we have the 20-day point of control here around 97. So watch this area because there's a gap here and there's some poor structure there that needs to be repaired probably. Gold, look at that nice double distribution. After that downtrending day, is had trouble getting back up, but this whole area, if it gets tested, then 47.10 is the target to the upside. Otherwise, it could be getting ready for another down leg, and we have the 200 moving average right below the 4400 area. Okay, another thing that I wanted to mention is that ES, seasonally speaking, has a pretty bullish last few days of May. So watching to see how it plays out this May, but usually the last few days in May they're pretty bullish. I'm talking about this next few days, and then we start seeing a little bit of consolidation and weakness in June. Alright, that's about it.